Changing minds one thought at a time.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Changing Minds Online Inspirational Sunday Call. How are you doing today, Jessica?
I'm doing great, Akina. Thank you. How are you?
I am good. You know, yesterday was a wonderful day. I was actually in my one of my very good friend's wedding, and it was a different experience. I've never been a bridesmaid before and didn't know all those background scenes that happened. You know, all I did was that all the weddings I went to, I just came in, sat down, you know, went ate food and went home. You know, this is definitely different. You know, I have a new respect for all of those life events. So, yes, that was a great thing. What did you do this weekend?
Yeah, you know what? I also spent the weekend with family and with friends. And, you know, one of the things I've noticed recently, and I think we're going to do a call on this in the future because I know it's so important for women and so prevalent amongst women, is just that, you know, in the past, I did things all the time. I considered myself very, very extroverted and very social. And I was always out with people, but I never had, up until recently, developed a lot of intimate relationships. And I realized now that I have them that I was missing that for a really long time, and I wasn't even really aware of it. But, you know, since I moved again to New Jersey, and I know everyone kind of who's been following our podcast knows that recently Akina and I both moved. We both left our lives behind and started over in new cities. And, you know, when I found this new church and really got to know people in a different way, it's been an amazing experience. And, you know, before we get into the topic tonight, I just really want to kind of share with everyone, I just really hope that, you know, everyone in their life, that we have a lot of entrepreneurs on the call, a lot of people who are really growing their businesses, who are doing amazing things. You know, I see some of you who follow us on Facebook posting on your pages. We do kind of look at see what people are doing and what's going on. And you guys are doing such wonderful things, and we're so proud of everyone and their businesses and what they're doing. But I really just hope that you're also growing, you know, those relationships, that it's so, so important, and that you're not just sacrificing that for your business. And tonight, Akina, you know, I know we're going to talk about a really, really important topic, you know, that really is near and dear to your heart. So why don't you give our listeners a little bit of what we're going to be talking about tonight?
Well, certainly. You know, tonight we're going to be talking about buying into your future. You know, as a university dean, I have the pleasure of talking to many, many people who are getting ready to either embark on their life, change their life, or take their lives to the next level. And, you know, as I'm sitting there talking to them and they're asking me their questions, or I'm asking them questions to, you know, prompt, you know, other thoughts. You know, that's one of the things that you do in coaching. And I get different types of answers, but the one answer that is really, really important is that they are bought in to whatever it is they've decided they want to do in their lives. And it's not just for their parents or their spouses, their kids, you know, just because they were always told they had to do it or they promised somebody they were going to do it, but it's because they wanted to do it. They want to do it for themselves. I've noticed that as we move into our next level, we are a lot more successful when we want to do it ourselves. You know, now we always need to have a why, and some people's why are their children, some people's whys are their family, thus and so. But the driving force is always within them. And if they're not bought into what they're asking for, what they're trying to achieve, then they'll end up with it. And then the next question is what I do next, or what do I do with it? So that's what we want to talk about today, buying into that future. You know, as Jessica says, we both just moved and we both made major changes in our lives. But if we weren't bought into these changes, then the changes wouldn't have went the way we needed them to go. You know, sometimes change is just because you're just tired of what you're doing. Or sometimes change is needed because of a situation or issue that arises in your life. Or then sometimes change is you taking the bull by the horns and you going for it. But all the success, regardless of what the reason or the trigger was, is that you are bought into the process. You're bought into the change. And once you're bought into the change, it could be successful. What do you think on that, Jessica?
Yeah, absolutely, Kina. I love everything that you're talking about. And, there's some things I want to add, and really two parts to it. I loved how you talked about a lot of times people will come to you for coaching and they're looking for support. There's something that you want to do. And women, we want to be supported. Like, let's just get real, right? Women tend to want to be supported. It's a lot of times very important to us that the people we care about support us. We want to feel nurtured. We want to feel taken care of. We want to feel like our partners, our friends, our family wants us to be successful in what we do. Here's the thing about it. If we are not bought in to our ability to do whatever it is we want to do, people are going to subconsciously pick that up, and they're not going to support you. So oftentimes, we'll communicate that there's something we want to do. We may really, really want to do it. It may be very important to us. We might be motivated to do it, but we don't think we can, either subconsciously or consciously. We have beliefs that are limiting around our ability to actually make it happen. Well, we may not communicate those to people in words, but oftentimes people are picking up on this energetically. It's communicated in our, unspoken body language, in the way that we're phrasing things, the words that we're choosing to use. And we're not communicating in a way that's powerful. So prior to doing anything, you have to first believe in yourself and your ability to do it. Now, I'm going to use network marketing for an example because that's what I do. I'm a professional network marketer. Now I've recently, and I'm going to share this story, I'm now a full-time professional network marketer, which is actually the last time I spoke with you guys, I was still a part-time professional network marketer. So I've gone full-time, and I believed, and I believe very strongly in the industry of network marketing. I love the industry of network marketing. To me, it is just a saving grace to so many people. I've seen it transform so many lives across multiple companies, mine and other companies too. No matter what it is, I am a huge, huge advocate of the industry of network marketing. I get really, really excited when I speak to friends of mine or people I want to prospect and I find out they're already in network marketing. I love it. I'm so excited about the industry. I also happen to really love the company I'm with. I used to be with my ex-boyfriend. I was in a relationship, and he asked me, "Are you willing to move? Like, would you ever be willing to relocate if I decided to?" And I said, as long as I can get my network marketing products in the country we're with, as long as it's a country I can buy them, absolutely. I love the products. But I didn't believe in my ability to be successful. I knew that people could be successful in network marketing. I knew that people could do it in the company I was with. I knew the products I had were excellent. I had access to the same compensation plan and the same products as everyone else, but I didn't believe I could be successful. And for a very long time, I was not successful at it. Now I'm starting to really build my business. I'm starting to influence more people, make more connections, and I'm speaking more powerfully. Why? Because now I buy into my ability to actually do it. I believe in myself. I believe that I can make my dreams happen. And so when I'm speaking, it feels more authentic to people. If you don't believe that you can do what you do, whether you realize it or not, what you're communicating is not confidence and power. What you're actually communicating is inauthenticity. So it's really, really important that you do the work around that so that, you believe in yourself. It's absolutely critical that you believe into what you're doing. Does that make sense, Akina?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. That applies to any and everything that we do, If we don't believe we can do it, we're right. If we believe we can do it, we're right. So it's all about our mindset and what we believe we can do and being bought into what we want to do so we can, make it happen. I love when you were bringing up the support system, and I want to go with that, Jessica, because a lot of people think, if I'm not supported, I'm not going to be successful. No, that's not the case. There's a lot of people who are very successful, and when they brought up that idea, people laughed at them. They told them they were crazy. They told them they were stupid. They told them that, they were ridiculous for even thinking about doing that. And now they're making millions of dollars, and the people that were laughing at them are still doing what they were doing when they started laughing. We do not need support. We do not need it. We want it, but we do not need it to be successful. What we need is to have that buy-in within ourselves and the ability to go out and have the tenacity to keep going when we hear the no's, because guess what? One day those no's are going to turn into yes. I put a post on my page the other day, and it says, someone saying no to me is not going to stop me from my dream. No is not no. No is more of a not yet or not from you. But it's not a no from everybody else. It's just a no from you. So we just have to keep moving, just like in network marketing. You get plenty of no's. Okay, thank you for your opinion. I move to the next person. I'm sorry the product didn't work for you today. That's okay. If it does later on, please let me know. Keep moving. Follow up with the person, of course, here and there, because you know that you could see an inkling of potential. But, otherwise, don't push them, No is a no for the right now. That's just a right now. Or not yet. We cannot stop just because we don't have support of other people. Because guess what? Our dream is for us. It's not for others to understand. So if we're sitting up there waiting for others to understand it, to get on our bandwagon, then that's a whole lot of time we wasted. Because what is meant for us is for us, and what's meant for them is for them. And we are supporting, where we need to support. We are moving where we need to move, and we are determined to make it to the ultimate goal. What do you think about that, Jess?
Yeah, and even further, like of what you're saying, I love how you're talking about, the people who love you, they don't need to necessarily support you. Here's what I want to tell you. If you're a full-time entrepreneur, the people who love you most are the most likely to not support you in the beginning. And here's the reason why. Mm-hmm. It's not that they don't care about you. It's not that you don't want them to be successful. It's that you see a way that they haven't seen yet. It's like they're looking at the world through rose-colored lenses, and, you've taken those lenses off and you see it for what it really is. And you've said there's a better way. For me, when I was working in the school I was recently working at, that I am, as of last Friday, no longer with that job, I felt like I was in prison. This is our Sunday call, not our women's call, but I'm just going to share it anyway. There was a point where I literally needed to go to my car and get a tampon, and I was told by someone who I worked for that I was not allowed to go do so. I felt like I was in a maximum security prison. I was teaching. They had cameras. They were watching what I would do. They would come into the classroom and say, "What are you doing?" I couldn't be free. I wasn't free. And for me, I said, there's a better way, and we as entrepreneurs, we are the interruption saying there's a better way. See, we were told by our parents that if we did well in school, we would get into a great college. If we would we did well in college, we would get a great job. We were loyal to our company and worked hard. We would retire, and we would be able to move down south where it's nice and warm and live happily ever after. Well, you know what? We as entrepreneurs are the interruption. We're the ones who say, hey, you know what? That's just not true anymore. But there's so many people that haven't seen our vision, that haven't actually had the ability to come out and say, yes, you're right, there's a better way. See, but we on this call tonight, we all know that there's a better way. We all know that that's not the world we live in anymore. We all experience and desire the freedom, the ability to not have to work, because I actually love to work. I love what I do, and I love doing it. I can't imagine not actually working, but I want to work on my own terms. I cannot possibly be free if I need to ask someone permission, if I can go somewhere. It's like I worked in a school and children needed permission slips from their parents to go on a field trip. Well, if I wanted to have a day off of work, I needed a permission slip too. That's not freedom. That's not free at all. I couldn't function that way. See, but here's the thing. The people who love us and support us, who don't see that vision, They want to protect us. They think we're crazy. They do. They think we're nuts. They think that like they don't get it. They don't get why we won't just conform to that standard of that 9 to 5. Why won't we just do what everybody else is doing? Why can't we just listen? Why can't we just get in line? Well, we can't get in line because once you experience freedom, once you've had a taste for it, it's the only thing that you can go after. See, so the people who are not supporting you, they love you. They're afraid for you. And they're not like kind of going against you because they don't want you to be successful. They're going against you. They're telling you you can't. They're telling you not to. They're telling you to come back because they do want you to be successful, and they're afraid. They're afraid of what will happen if you leave. See, so when you go out and you experience what it's like to need to go out on your own, to be able to experience, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I'm going to work for myself. I'm going to have freedom. I'm going to create a better life, a different way. You must. It is imperative that you're willing to go it alone. And know that when you get there, people will ask you how you did it, and they'll follow you then, but you need to be that trailblazer. Being an entrepreneur means you're a trailblazer. For a long time, people are going to tell you you can't. But when you do, they're going to turn around and say, how did you do it? And you have to be willing to not only be okay with it, but to embrace it, to embrace being that leader, to embrace being that trailblazer, to say, you know what, I'm willing to take the stand and make the difference because there's a better way. And when you do that, buy into where you're going and be really, really solid in your belief, because you're going to hear over and over and over, you can't, it won't work, you're crazy, just come back, just go do this, just go back and get another 9 to 5 job, you're nuts, it's not going to work. What if it doesn't work? You're going to hear these things over and over and over. And you know what? Here's the worst part about it is that while you're hearing those things will go wrong. Customers will return packages. People will not like your business. You'll have meetings and no one will show up. You'll schedule calls and no one will get on them. Things are going to happen that just are going to reiterate the fact that you're hearing, this isn't going to work. This isn't going to work. This isn't going to work. So you must be so solid in your belief that you can and that it will, that you persevere even through those storms. And let me tell you that when you do and you have that reward, it will be worth it. And now, see, Akeen and I, we can't talk right now about that reward in total authenticity. And we made it very clear when we started this podcast, right, that this was us sharing our journey, that we're going to share with you everything that we learned. Well, you know what? Akeen and I are both right now in that stage of people telling us we're nuts, and we're on our way. Like, we are on our way. Akeen and I are so solid in our belief about being successful that success is our only option, because we will not stop until we're successful. So you know what? I can't even tell you I've experienced that true success, that true freedom at the end of the tunnel, and oh my goodness, it's so great if you can come join me. But what I am going to tell you is that we will be successful no matter what, that we are going to the top no matter what, that there's nothing that anyone can do to stop us. There's nothing you can say to stop us, because that's where we see ourselves, that's where we're going, and nothing can get in the way with that. And you know what? Come follow us. I'll tell you that. Come follow us, because we're going to get to the top. And we're going to bring everyone with us that wants to come. And we're going to get to the top. And at the end of the day, it's because we believe in ourselves. When I met someone online, Akira, I'm sure can say the same thing. When we told our friend we're going to start a company with someone that I've never met in person, they thought we were nuts. When we said we were going to publish books, they thought we were nuts. When we said we were going to start a podcast and thousands of people would look at it, they thought we were nuts. When we said we were going to make a website and it's going to be, almost 1 million people come, people thought we were crazy. But today, nobody's laughing. No one's laughing that we have 2 books on Amazon. We have 2 more coming out very soon. No one's laughing that we have tens of thousands of downloads to a podcast. No one's laughing in less than a year when we have close to 10,000 likes on Facebook. Nobody's laughing at the amount of traffic we're driving into our website every day. No one's laughing now. So that's the thing about it, is that be firm in your belief. It's going to be hard for a while, and we're still in that hard part. But I can tell you to keep going, and no matter how hard it gets, to keep going. Believe in yourself, and it will come true for you, because it's going to come true for us. I can tell you it's going to come true for us. And if it's coming true for us, it's coming true for you. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to say that it's coming true for you. It is true for you. I declare over you that it's true for you. If you're listening to this podcast today in real time in podcast mode, I declare over you that whatever it is you're going to is already true for you. What do you think, Akina?
Wow, Jessica, that was powerful. You brought it home. I totally agree. You know. But we all have to be able to have that conviction to speak it into the atmosphere, to say that it is so and make it so. You know, they always say when you go to the interview, dress for the job you have, that you want, not the one you have. You know, go in there like you already own it, like you've already done it. And that's the same thing with entrepreneurship and anything else that you're trying to achieve. Go into it. Start it as if you've already done it. See the vision in your head and then make it plain. You know, move in the direction of upward mobility. So when as Jessica says, all the things that go wrong are not going to be obstacles, they're going to be stepping stones. Because you know that things have to go wrong in order to make you stronger. It's just the iron that's going to sharpen the iron. You know, it's just what is making you polish, turning the coal into the diamond. So before we can be diamonds, we have to be the coal that is being pressed and being transformed into the diamond. We're in transformation stage right now. You're transforming into that thing you need to be, and you have to learn these lessons in order to make that happen. But as long as you have your buy-in and don't let the buy-in waver, then you're just going to be there. You're going to turn those obstacles into the stepping stones, as I mentioned before. You're going to go get that greater. You're going to move upward because that's the only option. Because guess what? Failure's not an option. It's not an option because you've already spoken it into existence. That is for you. You got this. You got to make it happen. You know, Jessica shared on the show before that she has these affirmations that she puts on her mirror each morning. She looks at them and she says them, you know, during her meditation. You know, put that out there. Put that dream, make that dream the first thing you see in the morning. Make it the last thing you see at night. Buy in to your dreams, to your future, and to you, because you're worth it. You are powerful beyond measure, and all you have to do is say it's so, and it'll be so. Well, Jessica, we're getting close to that time now. Do you have any closing words for our audience today?
You know, the one thing I really want to leave you with, and I was listening today to GoPro from Eric Worre, and what he said is that, you know, when it almost feels like, and I'm summarizing his words or paraphrasing his words, he said it almost feels like, you know, when someone gets this idea that they're either going to do it or die, that the universe has this conference and decides to just give it to them. So, you know, go after whatever it is you want, you know, as if it's if success is your only possibility. And if that's your approach, it will be true for you. So, you know, on that note, Akina, unless there's anything that you want to add, we just want to, you know, we always tell you we love you. God bless. Make it a really powerful week. You can listen to the recording of this podcast at changingmindsonline.com. You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on Blog Talk Radio. If you're listening for the first time tonight, welcome. Please check out any of our other shows. You know, we love you. We love doing this for you, and we really do. We're so grateful for you. Thank you for allowing us to be part of your journey. Find us on Facebook. We're on Twitter, so you can check us out on social media. We're on Instagram, Pinterest. So we're really excited to connect with you guys. So on that note, Akina, unless there's anything you want to add, we'll see everyone on Thursday in our Empowering Women series.
Yes, we look forward to seeing you on Thursday. Thank you so much, and good night.
Good night. God bless everyone.